What's with it, fight fans? What's with it, YouTube? How y'all doing? Welcome to the weekly wrap up, where we just talk about all the fights that happened over the weekend and give the results. So let's jump straight into it. So we had a cool weekend of fights, nothing special. It was cool, you know. Canelo fought Avni Yildirim. Canelo got the third round stoppage, TKO victory. He made Avni Yildirim quit. I thought Avni Yildirim would be a sparring partner, but he was worse than that. He was a punching bag. Canelo was able to do everything he wanted to. Whatever he wanted to do, he was able to land, connect. So Avni Yildirim looked terrible. He didn't come out after the third round. He stayed in the corner. Fights like this make you question, how do they choose the mandatory challenger? Because Avni Yildirim, I don't know how he got this fight. That's crazy. Because he for sure didn't deserve that fight. He for sure didn't deserve to fight Canelo in that spot. And Canelo looked good, but anybody could have looked good fighting Avni Yildirim. So, did Canelo look that good? Or is Avni Yildirim that bad? Or is it a little bit of both? If you saw this fight, let me know what you thought of this fight in the comments. So Canelo's next fight, they already announced it, is versus Billy Joe Saunders, Cinco de Mayo weekend. That should be a better fight than this fight was. But the competition level that he's fighting is still not that good. You know, Billy Joe Saunders is good, but he's not one of the fights we want to see Canelo fight. But Canelo gets the dub. Third round TKO. Then on the PBC, we had Kyron Davis versus Anthony Darrell. That was a pretty good fight. It went back and forth, a lot of action. That fight ended up being a draw. Both competitors were mad about the draw. They both felt like they won. It was a great fight though, you know, they need to run that back again so we can see who the real winner was. If you like to watch the fights and you didn't get to see this fight, this was a good fight to go rewatch. So what's next for each of these fighters? Davis feels like he won the fight. Darrell feels like he won the fight. It was a good fight. They should just run that back. Darrell's trying to get him a title fight again, and I'm sure Davis would love to have a title fight. So they should run that back, and whoever wins the fight, it was a title eliminator fight, and they had a draw. So they should run that same title eliminator fight back, and winner gets a Caleb Plant fight or a Benavidez fight for the vacant WBC title. That'll be nice. And I'm sure Davis would love to fight for the WBC title. So that'll be a good fight, I think, for both of them. And if you didn't get to see the fight, you should go rewatch it and enjoy that fight. PBC on Fox. This was one of the better fights over the weekend, where each man came to fight. They both gave it all they had. They did what they can do. A lot of punches thrown, a lot of punches landed. And at the end of the day, the fans came out the winner because it was a draw and we get to see another fight if they line it up again. On Friday night, we had Joseph Parker versus Junior Fa. Now that fight was a lot of hitting and holding, a lot of clinching. They would throw a punch or two and start clinching. Joseph Parker wins this fight by unanimous decision. Although it was pretty controversial, it was a lot of hitting and holding. The rounds where you couldn't really judge him like that. Junior Fa was hitting him with the better shots. Joseph Parker was just a lot more busy. He was the busier fighter for sure, but he wasn't connecting no punches. He was just throwing a lot of punches. Junior Fa was throwing like one or two punches, and then he would clinch. They would clinch a lot. So if you didn't see this fight, it's not a fight I would recommend really watching like that. Junior Fa showed some skills though. He had some skills for a heavyweight. He had some pretty quick hands. Joseph Parker was just a hustler. Joseph Parker moved his record to 28-2 with 21 knockouts. Junior Fa's record, he was undefeated in this fight. So he lost. His record went to 19-1 now. He's still a solid contender. But Joseph Parker wins this fight by unanimous decision. We shall see what's next for Joseph Parker. If you happen to see this fight, let me know what you thought of this fight in the comments. And then the fight I thought was the best fight over the weekend, Zhilei Big Bang Zhang versus Jerry Forrest. That fight ended up being a majority draw. But you wouldn't have thought that for the first 3 rounds. Big Bang Zhang, he was dropping bombs on Jerry Forrest. He was connecting with some good shots. He dropped them 3 times. Like, I think he dropped them every round in the first 3 rounds. And then Jerry Forrest, he just started hustling. I'm surprised he got up from all the shots he took. Some big shots too. Jerry Forrest showed a lot of heart. Big Bang Zhang, he got to work on his conditioning because he should have had that fight with knocking him down 3 times. If you didn't get to see this fight, this definitely was a fight to go rewatch. It was on the DAZN Canelo undercard. It was a very exciting fight. They were dropping bombs back and forth. Mostly Big Bang Zhang was dropping bombs for the first 3 to 4 rounds. And then Jerry Forrest, he came back. For the rest of the fight, he was dropping bombs. He almost had Big Bang Zhang out of there in the 12th. He almost finished him. Big Bang Zhang got saved by the bell. But this was one of the more exciting fights over the weekend. If you didn't check it out, go ahead and check it out. But thanks for watching the weekly wrap up. Jab that like button, punch that subscribe button, and knock out that bell notification for all the latest updates. Have a good one, y'all.